There's nothing quite like the anticipation of a blind date. Getting ready, it's Chicago, the sun's going down. Got a blind date tonight. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go meet our blind date. Okay, it says she's wearing blue. Could it be this Corolla? Oh man, you know the worst thing about blind dates? When you get stuck with one you don't really want. Okay, it's that time of the night to dance with our date. Let's hop in and see what this thing's all about. This body style Corolla has been out for a few years now, but they've added on a bunch of bodywork to modernize and make it look more like a lot of Toyota's other offerings. It'll be interesting to see if they make the design look a little bit more integrated. Okay, all joking aside, this is Jason with Chicago News. We've got a date with this 2018 Toyota Corolla, so let's check it out and see what it's all about. This 2018 Corolla represents the end of the line for this generation, which came out in the 2014 model year, so it hasn't been around that long. You know, and quite frankly, there's just not a lot to love in this Corolla. It's basic transportation, but instead of just sticking to basic transportation, they've tried all these different treatments on the interior to make it look more luxurious. Let's just cut all the pretense. It's an economy car. For instance, you've got on the dash here this fake molded in stitching, but then when you go a little further down on the dash, there's some actual blue stitching, but then on the door panel here, you've got white stitching. You know, it kind of feels there's so many different materials on the dashboard and on the door cards. None of it kind of matches. It looks like they basically just went into the parts bin and grabbed whatever. For a car that's being sold in 2018 to have a clock just stuck in the middle of the dash here that's obviously a clock that they bought off of some supplier and then just stick into the dashboard, it just doesn't have a real put together modern feel. A lot of the competitors have a much better interior feel than this. It really lacks enough torque to make that feel like a smooth combination. It's always kind of hunting for power and running at a higher RPM than you'd like. Engine has a little bit of a buzzy feel to it, and it kind of always ends up in that RPM range. One thing you're getting, especially with the radio turned all the way down, is a ton of road noise. You're getting a lot through the tires and a lot through the chassis. Again, this isn't a luxury car. It makes no pretenses to be one, but when you look at what the competitors have these days, especially the newest Civic, you're talking about the same money and a much better car, turbocharged engine, better chassis, better features. So with the 2019 Corolla right around the corner, you know, we expect, as with a lot of Toyota's new offerings, to see some improvements, but this end of the line Corolla, if you will, is it's still out there if you want to go buy one. You'd expect this to be under 20,000, but our test car actually stickers at 23,000, and this isn't even the top of the line XSE. This is an SE version. It does have a lot of options. You've got a lot of safety features, lane assist, so it actually has steering assist, forward collision alert, emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, but it's missing features like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can't really connect your smartphone the way you'd want to. This Corolla feels like an older car that was added onto as opposed to some of the more modern offerings. So there's different driving modes, and when I say driving modes, there's just sport or not sport. And as near as I can tell, the only thing that the sport mode does is it turns the top of the center dash a little bit red, and it says sport. But we can't really tell any other difference. Another issue that we found that's really annoying is where this volume knob is placed. No matter what you do, you end up changing the channel when you go to try to, especially when you hit a little bump, it knocks your finger into this. No matter how careful you are with this volume, it's always selecting a different channel. It's really frustrating. The volume knob should be at the top so you don't end up running into that screen. Well, I hate to cut the date short, but this Corolla and I really didn't get along. It's not her, it's me. It's really just not my cup of tea. Again, an economy car should have a lot of features at a great price. This has a pretty high price and is missing some key features. Some of its competitors do a better job, so we're thinking it might be time to wait for the 2019 Corolla.